So congratulations to Ambazonians. I want us to just calm down and watch this video. Watch how everything is working for the good of Ambazonians. I believe so it will come for Biafrans, but the thing is that we Biafrans, we prefer, as in, we prefer being given fish instead being taught how to fish. And we prefer giving, I don't know how I will tell you this thing to you for you to understand. I prefer maybe 9 billion. Let's say 9 1,000. Let me use 1,000 for example. Your 1,000. I prefer ka mother, somebody who you don't know, maybe 200, 150 naira out of your 1,000. That is just the problem we are having. It is a very big distraction. If he give any Biafran just change, he would decided to sell the entire over 80 millions of Biafrans. He would decide to sell the generations of Biafrans that is coming. But Ambazonians are using one mind to do something. So I want us to watch the video. Please, if this is your first time coming across this channel, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification button in case of any interesting video like the video you're about to watch now. And also like, share the video so that it will motivate some other Biafrans to see what is going on now in Ambazonia. And also like the video because it will help YouTube to recommend this video to other Biafrans. It is a call for celebration, and I believe we will soon celebrate, because let me tell you, if you don't believe, I believe it. Because those who is serious, those who don't want to accept cake out from their what should I call it? What should I call it? They don't just want to accept anything out of their God-given blessing. But some of us have decided to, collect changes and forget about if you want to buy it, it's none of their business. So let's watch the video now. Let's listen and see how, and see the condition. So Ayaba give to Cameroon government before he will give chance for negotiation. Let's listen.
Capitulate and crumble the resistance. In 2019, they arrested and renditioned Siseko Ayub Tabe, because to them they thought if you decapitulate the leadership, you're going to crumble the resistance. They also organized with their partners to arrest Dr. Cho Ayaba on flimsy charges. After 8 months, neither the Norwegians, nor Cameroon, nor France is able to provide evidence on the charges. Cameroon has wrapped its tail.
That is exactly what is happening to our Prime Minister now. Nigeria government couldn't present evidence of what they claim that our PM, even our leader Mazen Namdekano, they couldn't present evidence. Let's continue.
Organize the Norwegians to go visit Dr. Cho in prison.
Okay.
I can now confirm to you that they have indicated their readiness to negotiate with him their end of terror in Ambazonia.
There is a video I showed you some times ago concerning Ambazonians and Cameroon planning a way to negotiate to Ambazonians. So now Cho Ayaba have come out with conditions in which Cameroon will meet before he will give them chance to negotiate. Let's continue to listen to this news.
All peace all the different Ambazonian movements and personal movements posturing for position, organizing conferences left and right, because the signs of negotiations are up in the air. I can assure you that your leader, Dr. Cho Ayaba, has put down conditions for Cameroon to meet before any negotiations can take place.
Are you listening?
One, any future negotiations with Ambazonia will have as foundation the agreements reached at in Canada in 2022.
Okay.
That is the minimum basis of any negotiation. Because Cameroon cannot simply agree today, walk away tomorrow, come back the day after, agree and negate on its obligations. Dr. Cho Ayaba has also told Cameroon that the Ambazonian Governing Council is ready to negotiate. But Cameroon must also make a public declaration, either through its Prime Minister's office or through the Presidency of the Republic, that they are engaging in negotiations with the Ambazonian people. Dr. Cho Ayaba has also indicated that Cameroon must make sure that it respects the process, it respects the parties, and also respects the outcome. And that requires some guarantors, not only of the process, but also of the outcomes of these negotiations. Fellow Ambazonians, Ambazonia will negotiate as a team. The Ambazonian Governing Council had put in place a framework for negotiations. That framework led to the Canadian negotiations. And that formula is the one being propagated, and it is the one still in vogue. There is no alternative as yet. Any Ambazonia, any movement posturing for one Cameroon or federation, they will join Cameroon to negotiate. Nationalist, one Ambazonian team will rise up as we did in previous failed instances to negotiate. Cameroon and international partners have devised several schemes. They have tried to position some enablers and traitors and some self-claimed leaders in order to take positions prior to negotiations.
Exactly what is happening to us now. Because, oh my goodness. You are dealing with government, for God's sake. And you think Nigeria cannot? Nigeria, exposition I made some times ago concerning what is going on, where Nigeria is pushing Ogenkere, and Ogenkere is enforcing himself to Biafrans, even though Biafrans said, we don't want you. We don't want you. Are you talking to fools? Remember, we have professors. We have those who has doctorate degrees, like medical doctors and academic doctors. Many professors around this struggle. And you, okay, Kere, and your few, which I know you call yourselves three wise men, which since all this while you people are, as in, everything that is coming out from you people's mouth is lies upon lies. You can't even open mouth to say truth for once. And you look at somebody like me now. By men looking at me now, you know that I'm no more a kid. And you are trying to use propaganda to twist me to believe in you, which is impossible. That is exactly what this man said here. Cameroon, exactly the style Nigeria is using. I don't even know that Cameroon is using the same style as well. Let's continue.
Negotiations. The Ambazonian Governing Council, through its intelligence services, are quite aware of all of these schemes and have put in place detailed framework in order to thwart these schemes by Cameroon. I can assure you that Ambazonia will never ever become another theater of experiment where colonialists and neo-colonialists silence national voices, silence nationalistic people in order to hand over your country to enablers and traitors, fellow Ambazonians.
Like, according to what he said here, to hand over the country to enablers and traitors. Somebody like Hogan Kere is waiting maybe when United Nations will release Biafra now finally. That is when we get total freedom, which we know that United Nations is not ready to do that. Believe me, United Nations is not ready to do that. So somebody like Hogan Kere now is waiting for the United Nations to call him and say, okay, Kere, come. We see you as somebody who is fighting to get Biafra. Come, we want to hand over this Biafra to you. Shadegema. Emari. In fact, even somebody like Owazurike, Papa Owazurike, he's even there waiting for United Nations to come and hand over Biafra to him. When he mad naga afufon at this struggle. when he mad naga afufon at this struggle. Let's continue.
I salute your cohesion in the trying times since this last phase of the revolution started. We have seen traitors come and go, enablers and impostors come and go. The Ambazonian Governing Council, we are the airport. The Ambazonian Defense Forces, we are the airport. Traitors will devise schemes. Enablers will devise schemes. Ambazonian groups will devise schemes. They will land at the airport. In any future negotiations, both our civilians, our self-defense forces, all other stakeholders, and those involved in the defense of your homeland and the aspirations of our people will be those sitting at the negotiation table. Those fighting for the resistance, those fighting to liberate the country, with those that will defend your interests, and not any other impostor or self-proclaimed by Cameroon leader.
Oga, the same thing. From this particular video, I noticed that exactly what is happening to us here is happening to Ambazonians. How can we go impostors? Ndị akwụrụ ụgwọ sefa je form ba as a leader so that amami who nature sometimes. Let me tell you, amami fabru so ge gro. There is knowledge you get from birth, a God-given knowledge direct from God. Not until you be educated before a marodi a pota as impostor, forcing yourself on the people that you see. Many of them are educated more than you are. Many of them were many of them is above you for all ramification. And you are coming here to tell us that you must become leader by force, by fire. Who does that? Let's continue to listen.
Or created mushroom organizations to talk on your behalf. Ambazonians have made their aspirations clean and clear. And that is the aspiration for which the leadership of the Ambazonian Governing Council is pursuing and would make sure that it's respected during any upcoming negotiations. But don't take it as Cameroon tells you. Cameroon is full of schemes. The Ambazonian Governing Council believes that Cameroon, despite being humbled on the battlefield, despite being proven wrong, that if you take away Dr. Cho Ayaba, you take away 2 commanders on the ground from the ADF, you can second the Ambazonian revolution. You can weaken it, infiltrate, bribe, corrupt, and end the story. I can assure you.
The same way Nigeria, the same tactics Nigeria is using on Biafrans, that is exactly the same tactics Cameroon is using on Ambazonians. But believe you me, believe you me, I swear to Almighty God, Soon and very soon, I don't know what is telling me this, but soon and very soon, Nigeria will succumb. Any day, any of these two people is released, that is the day Nigeria will totally collapse. Any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa is being released, that is the day Nigeria will totally collapse. Let's continue to listen.
That the Ambazonian Governing Council and the Ambazonian Defense Forces are well-structured organizations collaborating with other sister forces, and they have refused overtures in the last 3 months by Cameroon to negotiate with them directly. I salute you for that cohesion, for that respect of the very institutions we've put in place in order to fight and eliminate the presence of Cameroon in all.
And that is where our people is failing it. I have said this thing times without number. Before Nigeria pick, before Finland pick PM Mazi Simon Ekpa, they have been planning this thing even more than 6 months with Ogenkere before they pick Simon Ekpa. That is why Ogenkere been able to penetrate into the Biafran militaries. That is why Ogenkere been able to penetrate into the. Do you think is within the 2 days, maybe a week and 2 weeks, when Mazi Simon Ekpa is not there, that Ogenkere been able to hijack the military, the Biafran military? Oh God, he don't they plan these things. And he's planning it even when Simon Ekpa is there. And immediately they pick Simon Ekpa, he striked. This video is too long. You understand? Let's play again for the last time, then we close, because this video is too long. It is not what you continue playing.
System, fellow countrymen and women, Cameroon has not stopped at that. In a classic tale of deception, Cameroon put out a statement that the Ambazonian Governing Council has endorsed the Camto campaign. I hereby categorically deny and point you to those manipulations of Cameroon. The Ambazonian Governing Council will never ever endorse any political party in La République de Cameroon, let alone endorse any person running for election, whether local or ministerial elections or senatorial elections or parliamentary elections in Cameroon. Okay. So the idea that the Ambazonian Governing Council has endorsed a candidate for presidential elections is a non-starter. In short, colonial elections and all elections are banned in Ambazonia during this resistance phase.
I love this.
After the resistance phase, a transition authority will be put in place that will establish democratic principles upon which elections will take place. And as such, any person directly or indirectly promoting, participating, and conducting elections in Ambazonia is considered as a traitor. There will be no elections in Ambazonia. There will be nobody voting in Ambazonia.
Exactly what I want our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, to do. Use Anambra State as an example. Although whether you vote or you did not vote, they will come up with any figure, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did it sometimes ago. I think during Anambra State governorship election that produced Obiano. I think Obiano's second tenure or first tenure. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu boycott the election, but they later come up with a figure. So Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, the DPM, the princess of our time, get ready. Get ready. We must do everything humanly possible to stop any election in Anambra State or in Biafra territory. Let's listen.
Does any candidate for any type of election in Ambazonia, outside of Ambazonia, during this phase of our resistance. And as such, those of you clamoring, just as mushroom movements in Ambazonia clamor for the Ambazonian Governing Council endorsement, I have bad news for you. We don't care about elections. We care about the freedom of our people first, to end the suffering. We care about the dignity of the Ambazonian people. Fellow countrymen and women, last month on the 4th of April, Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, a congressional district, with 9 other congressmen and women, sent a letter to President Donald J. Trump requesting that he can extend the temporary protection order for Cameroonians and Ambazonians living in the US. It has been our position, and we've made it clear through our lobbies and our connections within the US, that while such letters and such positions are welcome, they only address the symptoms of the conflict between Cameroon and Ambazonia. We also made it clear that the congressmen and women who signed the document should go further in order to request that Donald Trump put more pressure for a negotiated settlement of the crisis, and also that that letter was contrary to the principles and the policy of Donald Trump to resolve all conflicts around the world and bring peace to those areas. And as such, we request that extending TPS is tantamount to inviting more people into the United States, because it gives a clear signal that the US government is not so much interested in resolving the root causes of the conflict, but in appeasing tyrants and addressing the symptoms. And as such, we think it is imperative, and we are pursuing that vigorously through our diplomatic outreach, that the root causes of the conflict between Ambazonia and Cameroon are resolved rather than addressing the symptoms, which include people entering the United States illegally. Fellow countrymen and women, Ground Zero has made their voice heard. Over the last 8 months since Dr. Cho was arrested, Cameroon has pushed in vain the narrative of return to normalcy. They have also tried, as usual, to create the divide and rule between the Atlantic and the Savannah states.
That is exactly what they did to Simon Ekpa. It's exactly what they did to Simon Ekpa. Let's stop with, here, please. If this is your first time coming across this channel, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification button, share the video and like the video, and also say something under the comment section. All those things will help YouTube to recommend this beautiful video to other Biafrans, to lovers of freedom. Thank you and God bless you.